Today I'm gonna talk about marijuana legalization. Um, my research question is whether marijuana legalization is necessary and should be proposed, approved, and practiced. Before going further, I'll first define two key terms in this essay. The first one is marijuana. Marijuana is a common and legal American term for the dried flowers and leaves of the plant Cannabis sativa, and for the plant itself. It contains psychoactive chemicals which are able to alter mood. The other one is marijuana legalization, which is concerning the question whether production, possession, and distribution of marijuana should be legalized. Because of the personal experience, I tend to support the legalization process. Therefore, my thesis statement is that marijuana legalization is necessary and should be approved. I'll start off presenting both negative and positive effects that it could possibly bring. I included three negative effects of marijuana. First of all, it brings problems to the collateral market and industry due to its illegality. Also, marijuana creates economic burdens for the government to regulate it. In addition, marijuana is attributed to drugs that result in significant influences on adolescents' health. However, marijuana legalization has positive effects as well. For example, it creates tax revenues for the government. It helps promote the medical benefits of marijuana, and it drives home human liberties. Next, I'll expand the advantages of marijuana legalization. First of all, it brings economic benefits in two ways. One, it generates tax revenues for the government. Two, it undermines the black market. The evidence I found is in the book called Consequences of Marijuana Uses, written by researcher and professor Jonathan Koskins. He admits that taxes will reduce the leakage of marijuana to other states. It will also increases compliance with tax laws, which reduce regulation fees. Secondly, it won't affect prevalence of marijuana use in young people. Koskins also argues that people who take advantage of legalization are likely to be more cautious people, which means the average user might be a more careful user under legalization. In other words, the age distribution of marijuana will not be significantly influenced. It is unlikely that more young people will be addicted to drugs simply because of the new laws. Thirdly, it helps promote the medical industry of marijuana. Also, although the medical products have been legal for 2 decades, they are most operated in unregulated market, which generates tens of billions annually. It could possibly provide the very shelter from prosecution of the federal government and promote the production of medical marijuana. Last but not least, legalization liberates a human right to a certain extent. Prohibition of marijuana has robbed the children of their future. In fact, it is less harmful than other legal drugs such as tobacco and alcohol. But in the last 20 years, many children have been arrested and imprisoned because they possessed the drug. It is therefore expected to bring down the rate of violation of drug laws. Besides, everyone has his or her right to the enjoyment. Consequently, marijuana legalization has contributed to solving the economic, social, and political problems raised by the illegality of marijuana. Although the legalization has been approved in Massachusetts, California, and Nevada, it is not facing a bright future. The enforcement of positions of Donald Trump's government is not friendly to the marijuana reform. And basically, that's the information that I will provide.